share just two thoughts. One, why you should start a company. And two, what I believe from everything I've read and everything I've seen is the startup success formula, right? To start up, I want to debunk a myth. I'm sure all of you have watched the Facebook movie, The Social Network. I'm sure all of you have watched Silicon Valley, the HBO TV series. And it glamorizes startups, right? A lot of kids in uni think startups are rooftop parties, nightclubs, and a lot of booze, right? But let me give you a hard fact. Mark Suster, a venture capitalist in Silicon Valley, he did a study on startup success rate, and he found that 80+% of startups fail, and 65% of venture capital is wasted. So if you think starting up because you want to be your own boss, and that's why you want to start up, because you can't handle your manager, guess what? When you start up, you're accountable not only to yourself, but to your employees, to your customers, to the media, to the legal side of things, right? To your investors. And that's a lot of stress. And that's definitely a lot harder than the little you do at work and just accountable for yourself. If you think starting up is flexi time, you've got to realize that a startup is 10 to 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? Maybe for 5 years long, and there's an 80% chance you could still fail. Right. So the flip side is, if startups are so hard, what's wrong with working at a company? I mean, if you really wanted to create value, if you want to make a positive impact, then why not work hard, become a manager in your company, right? Lead a team, use the company's resources, get guidance from the management, execute on your idea, get praise, and zero downside risk. You haven't put any of your employees' lives in the way, their livelihood, and you've achieved something. Also, if you're working at a company, say you want to take 2 weeks off and you want to backpack through Thailand, right? That's something you can do. That's something you can do. But you think Mark Zuckerberg got to backpack through Thailand? The only time Mark Zuckerberg went to Thailand was a de facto state visit to visit the Prime Minister. And he had to get back to the Facebook office as fast as he could, right? So it's really important to think whether you're willing in your youth. I know it sounds cool to start a startup in university and, get bought out before you even launch for $1 billion. But the reality is that that's probably not going to happen. And the average age of someone starting up usually is 35 years. So think hard before you sacrifice your youth and dedicate it to a startup, right? So what's the real reason you should start up? You should start a startup when you cannot resist the pull of your idea. And if you see that what you're going to do is going to make a positive impact on people, it's going to alleviate a pain point for people, that's the moment you know you should start up. For Buzzbird, quick example, if Buzzbird was in Paris right now, we could have typed the street those bombs went off, right? And we would have got a live feed of people standing there. We would have seen Paris through their eyes. The way it works now is someone from there would share it on their Facebook page, that person will share it on another Facebook page, a prominent Twitter person will create a hashtag, and there's a huge lag. So what Buzzbird does, it lets you tune into that location real time and participate in that conversation. And that I thought was so powerful that even if I had no idea how to do it, I was going to try. And it's been 1 year of ups and downs. I mean, I've worked with 3 designers, 4 developers. They let me down the whole way through. But the only reason I kept going is because I really wanted to see that vision come into fruition, right?